Hey, it's Nathan with CrazyEyeMarketing.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up message variables with an ActiveCampaign. Now, message variables are great because they let you set up a variable that you can go ahead and add to your emails, so emails in your automations, and you can easily update the information that that variable represents. And in doing so, all the emails that use that variable will also get updated. So this is great for like a signature block, for example. So you could create a message variable for a signature block, and then if you need to update your signature for whatever reason, well, you just have to update the message variable and it will update your signature across all your emails. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and set up a couple message variables and I'll show you how they work. So here I am in ActiveCampaign, and you need to come to campaigns, and then you should see message variables right here. And you can see that the example they say is a signature. So we're going to start with signature. So let's go ahead and add a variable. And so we'll start at the top here with personalization name. So I'll just call this signature, and personalization tag. So this will be the tag that we use to insert our message variable into our emails. So I'm going to go ahead and call this one signature. And then I can select what list I want to go ahead and be able to use this message variable in. And I'm going to use it in all my lists. I could also change the format, so we have HTML, or I could switch it over to text if I want to do that. So there's those two options right there. And then over here on the right hand side, you see the option for insert conditional content and personalized message. We're going to come back to these in just a minute here, but I just want to give you a heads up that we will check them out in this video. And then down here we have our WYSIWYG editor. So this is where we go ahead and we create our message variable. So for example, a signature might be something like thanks, and then I can go ahead and enter my name and maybe a link to my website. So there we go, that's my signature. Now I can go ahead and add a link right here to my website. So let's go ahead and insert a link. And I'm going to go ahead and link it to my website. Now with links, there are some other options here like the target and title and class and pop-up and events and advanced and stuff like that. And as far as I know, none of this stuff will actually work inside of an email, so there's really no point in going through there and messing with it. So just enter the link there, and then you can go ahead and click on insert. And of course, there's a bunch of other options here too, like if we want to go ahead and bold something, maybe I want to bold the link to my website, I could go ahead and bold it right there. I could also change the alignment, the format of it, the font family, the font size, and so on. You can also get really creative with it too. Like you could paste stuff from Word in here if you want to, or you could go ahead and add images and change your font colors and all that type of stuff. So a bunch of different options. Additionally, if you came over here to the code editor and you're familiar with HTML and CSS even, you could go ahead and type up your own custom code and use that in your emails as well. So a bunch of options right here. Now, one thing to note about the message variables is they don't always sync with like your email theme. Like maybe you use the email designer and you set some global settings, like maybe you made your link color orange. Well, if you have a link in the message variable, the color of that link is not going to be orange. You'll have to go ahead and set the color within the message variable tool. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this to an orange link instead. So I'm going to highlight it. Come over here and change the color to more colors, and I'm going to type in my Crazy Eye Marketing orange color and apply. And you may notice that the underline is blue. If I come over here, highlight it, and click the underline button, it should make the underline orange. So everything should match now. And so I think I'm happy with this signature at this point in time. So I'm going to come down here and do save. So there we go. I've set up one message variable for signature, and I'm going to go ahead and set up another message variable before we go and add it to an email and test things out. Let's come back up here to add a variable. And in this example, I'm going to go ahead and create one that is a sales message. And I've used this concept before on e-commerce stores where they might have a different sale every week or two. And so I can come in here and update the message variable with the latest sale that's going on. And I'll update all my emails with the latest sales information. So let's go ahead and set this up real quick. I'll go ahead and call this one sales message. And we'll call this sales message like that. And I'm going to go ahead and use it on all my lists, and I'm going to keep it HTML. This time I'm going to go ahead and use some conditional content just so we can see how that works. So let's do insert conditional content. And so it pops up the conditional content block info. And if you've seen this before, you know it's pretty self-explanatory. But in this case, I'm going to look for tag exists. So there's my buyer tag. And I could add multiple conditions if I want to. So if I wanted to do email address or maybe location or anything like that, I could go ahead and select any of these different options here for my conditional content block. But anyway, I want to make sure its tag exists is buyer, and then show this content, and if all these conditions are met. Yes, there's only one condition, so easy enough. So ActiveCampaign generates this if-else code. So in this first bit here, we're looking for a tag that is a buyer. And so this would be my buyer's message. So you're a buyer, we love you, come back and save 20%. And then my non-buyers, I'll go ahead and do first-time buyers, save 25%, click here, and then I added a click here up here. So let's go ahead and generate a link here just for sake of example. So insert and go ahead and add a link on this one and insert. Now the background I'm going to use for this message variable is actually going to be darker. So I'm going to make this a white font, and hopefully it's going to show up and look good. So we'll go ahead and test things out. I'm going to go ahead and change this to a white font, and let's go ahead and highlight this and click the underline, and same concept up here, and hopefully this all looks good. We'll test it and we'll see. So let's highlight this too, and we'll go ahead and hit the underline button. Alright, so now I have this set up, my sales message. So I'm going to come out and save. Alright, so I got a signature and sales message options. Now I need to go to my emails that I want to go ahead and add my message variable to. So I'm going to come to one of my automations. So I set up an automation that has an email in it that I'm going to go ahead and update. And of course, you could go ahead and add this message variable to all your emails. So that way, if you need to update your signature block, you could, easily update that one message variable and update your signature block across all the emails that use the particular message variable. So I'm going to come into this email here, and we're going to go ahead and edit it. And so down here at the bottom, I had manually typed in my name, but I'm going to go ahead and switch this out for my message variable. And then I'll go ahead and type in my message variable. So it's signature %. All right, so there we go. That should display my signature. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a different block right here, or a different container for my sales message. So I'm just going to go ahead and clone this thing real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And we'll go ahead and change the background color of it, and we'll change the text color to white just for the sake of hoping it'll work well. And then I'm going to go ahead and align this to center, and padding is fine right there. So I made some changes to my template, and I got my sales message variable set up now how I want it. So now it's a matter of testing it out to see if it looks okay, and then we can troubleshoot any issues we might run into. And so in order to test it, we actually have to send the email to ourselves. So if you came up here to like preview, it's not going to show you the message variables. It's just going to show you the little code there. So you actually have to send the email to yourself in order for the message variables to go ahead and do their thing. So I'm going to go ahead and click on test email, and I'm going to send myself an email, and we'll see how these message variables show up. And so here is my test email right here. So we can see that my first time buyer's message showed up right here, and it looks like the link would work and everything else. However, there's quite a bit of padding around this block, so I might want to change that up, but it looks like it's working, the message variable at least. And then I can see also down here that my signature is also working. So it says, thanks, Nathan, and then there's my link, and it's in the correct color as well. So it looks like my message variables are working, and it's more of a design issue that I would need to go ahead and fix. So I might come in here and adjust the padding or something like that. Maybe I don't need as much padding. We'll go ahead and make it 0 all the way around, and then I might go ahead and send myself another test message and see how it looks. I'll go ahead and do that real quick just while we're sitting here. But anyway, once you're happy and everything, you can just go ahead and do save and exit. And of course, you could go ahead and if you create your own templates within ActiveCampaign, you can of course come in here and let's go create a template real quick, and my campaign templates. And so I have my video template or my text template. I'll go ahead and edit my video template real quick. So I could come in here and then edit my template, and I actually already have. So I have my signature block already set up as a message variable. So anytime I'm building a brand new email and I'm using this template as a baseline, well then it'll come pre-established with my message variable already set up. And let's save and exit out of here. And so of course, if you do need to make changes to your message variables, and you can come in here and hover over it and come over to edit. And of course, you could go ahead and do whatever you want. So maybe you wanted to add a link to YouTube channel, subscribe on YouTube. And then of course I could go ahead and change how this link looks and all that type of stuff. Make sure it links over to my YouTube channel. And then once I save it and I send emails that use my message variable, well then my emails will include my subscribe on YouTube link in my email signature as well. So anyway, that's it for message variables. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, I appreciate it. Likes, comments, subscribes, and or check out crazymarketing.com. And I hope you have a great rest of the day.